Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers HC Mike Tomlin challenges draft pick to rebound in Week 3. Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin sent a message to 2023 first-round offensive tackle Broderick Jones during his September 17 press conference. "We got a week of preparation. I'd be disrespectful to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday if I had a hardcore plan in mind about how I was going to roll those guys," Tomlin said on Tuesday ahead of Week 3. "I'm going to give Broderick an opportunity to rebound. He's a talented young player," the Steelers HC went on. "I'm sure he suffered some disappointment in terms of 2024 first-rounder Troy Fautanu starting. It's a natural thing. But he's got to move past it, and I've got to give him the opportunity to move past it as a leader." Tomlin noted that the Steelers will let the quality of participation be their guide as they decide how they will deploy Fautanu and Jones against the Los Angeles Chargers. "It's a new week," he concluded, leaving the door open for Jones to step up and win back some sort of role. Facing the Denver Broncos in Week 2, Tomlin started out with Fautanu at right tackle. But as he explained on September 17, the plan was always to use both first-round talents throughout the game. "I had intentions of utilizing both guys," Tomlin admitted this week. "I acknowledge that Fautanu was healthy. I acknowledge that Fautanu was capable. That's why we started him. But I rolled him because I had concerns about his level of conditioning. He's a young guy, he's new to me, he's new to the NFL," the veteran coach continued. "I didn't know how fatigue would affect his play in terms of detail, and so we tried to ward off some of that." Tomlin voiced that he had every intention of spelling Fautanu with Jones throughout the game, but added that the latter's propensity for penalties forced him to go back to the rookie. "When Broderick started getting highly penalized in play, I backed off of him, I held my breath, and I played Troy," Tomlin said. According to Pro Football Focus, Fautanu was on the field for 55 out of the 66 offensive snaps in Week 2. In his 11 snaps, Jones was flagged 3 times while Fautanu wasn't flagged at all. It was a solid debut for Fautanu in Denver. Over his 55 snaps, the rookie was especially good in pass protection. Per PFF, he was charged with just 2 quarterback pressures and 0 sacks. That performance yielded a pass-blocking efficiency score of 95.7, which was better than veteran guard James Daniels and fill-in guard Spencer Anderson. As a run blocker, Fautanu was not as strong according to PFF's analytical team, but he wasn't terrible either. They awarded him with a 59.3 grade in that regard. By comparison, Jones did not allow a QB pressure and earned a 60.8 grade as a run blocker. Having said that, 3 penalties in 11 snaps is absolutely unacceptable, as Tomlin noted. Jones will likely operate as the swing tackle behind Fautanu and left tackle Dan Moore Jr. until he's able to clean up his game. But on the bright side, that gives the Steelers 3 capable offensive tackles that can start if need be. Former Pittsburgh Steelers player out for season after quitting new team. Former Pittsburgh Steelers offensive tackle Chuck Okorafor has been moved to the reserve/left team list by the New England Patriots on Thursday, meaning that he is now out for the rest of the season. Okorafor unexpectedly left the team late last week after he was benched during the team's Week 1 game. Okorafor struggled during the preseason and Week 1, with Vederian Lowe taking over after a lackluster effort. He was called for multiple illegal formation rules under the NFL's new emphasis while trying to crack down on offensive linemen getting head starts on pass rushers. Betting. Check out our guide to the best PA sportsbooks, where our team of sports betting experts has reviewed the experience, payout speed, parlay options, and quality of odds for multiple sportsbooks. How is this year's crop of rookie quarterbacks stacking up in the offensive rookie of the year betting market after 2 weeks? The Steelers drafted Okorafor in the 3rd round of the 2018 NFL Draft. He spent 6 seasons with the Steelers, starting out as their swing tackle and eventually growing into the starting right tackle. He was benched mid-year for Broderick Jones, and the team released him in March. Okorafor was then promptly signed by the Patriots on a 1-year deal. He started out starting at left tackle, but his struggles throughout the preseason raised alarm bells. Now, after the Patriots decided to bench him, Okorafor has left the team and will not play again this season. Why wouldn't I want to be that guy? Roman Wilson intently studying Buccaneers WR Mike Evans. This week might finally see the NFL debut of Roman Wilson for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wilson has been out since training camp with an ankle injury, but it seems like he might finally be healthy. He has missed a lot of time though, so it's unclear how much work he's going to get if he dresses Sunday against the Los Angeles Chargers. However, it sounds like he's been hard at work studying other receivers while his body is recovering. Right now, I've been watching a lot of Mike Evans, Wilson said Thursday via Steelers Live on Twitter. I just feel like his technique is very underrated, and he's played in the league and done so good for such a long time. Why wouldn't I want to be that guy? That's certainly an interesting answer to which receiver he's been studying lately and a good player to study. Evans might be one of the best of his generation at the position. He's been with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since 2014, and he's never had less than 1,000 yards in a season. He's been the perfect model of consistency. Wilson's answer is slightly interesting because of how different they are as players. Evans stands at a towering 6'5", and he weighs over 220 pounds. He wins using his massive frame, having a giant catch radius on the outside. In contrast, Wilson comes in around 5'11", and he only weighs around 185 pounds. That's a massive difference on its own, and it isn't like their play styles are very similar either. Wilson is more suited to work out of the slot and wins using his shiftiness. That is not really Evans' game at all. That doesn't mean there aren't things Wilson can take from Evans. He hasn't been this successful this long for no reason. He's a good route runner, and it sounds like Wilson may have been looking at how Evans has been able to stay so durable. That's something that could be very beneficial for Wilson. It's more of a funny comparison than anything, and it's probably good for Wilson to try to take tricks from players like Evans. Even though they're different receivers, Evans is bound for the Hall of Fame, and studying a player with a resume like his is never bad. He has the most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start a career for a receiver, and he's done that with inconsistent quarterback play. Durability and consistency are two things that could take Wilson a long way. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Mike Evans? Leave your opinion in the comments.